Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. So we take a look at the microstructure on the ETH chart. Just quick look at the microstructure. Any changes from the last video? So the market did form that B wave. Okay. The question is the low in? Okay. So that's what we are going to discuss in this video. First of all, what's the overall structure and idea? So my idea is here still for Ether that we are moving in a wave 4. Okay, so that's unchanged from previous updates. Idea would be we are moving in this wave 4 correction. We talked about the relevant support levels. The market has reached that larger orange support zone and has basically come to the ideal level to complete an A wave. That's sort of the area around the 23.6 Fib level here at 3,520. The market then reacted, and this could be an ABC structure in circle B. And the C wave is still missing. So I would really like to see that actually, that developing of a C wave. But there is no sign it has started yet. I'm going to discuss that in this video. I'm going to zoom in a minute. But as soon as the circle B is finished, this B wave, which ideally consists of a more pronounced ABC structure, we should see a C wave down, and I would really like to see a more healthy B wave. And then as soon as the B wave is complete, we can calculate a target for wave C. If we break through more directly, I would then probably have to assume that it's doing it in one go and that we don't get a nice clear 3-wave structure, and the B wave would be here. It would be extremely shallow. On the Bitcoin chart, I would be more happy with that because the Bitcoin chart reached the 50% retracement level. Yeah. It actually reached the standard resistance. The B wave here on the Ether chart was so weak, it didn't reach even the standard resistance. That would be still valid, but extremely weak for a B wave. They can be weak, you know, that's what I mentioned. They are very much chameleon-like, they can be. And then, well, obviously from there, a C wave to the downside could still happen and could reach $3,210 next. That would be the ideal target for a fourth wave, possibly even lower. I mean, below 2,977, I would have to change my perspective on the chart. It would require a reinterpretation of the chart. That's nothing I'm primarily watching for now or that I'm expecting now. I still watch for further upside, but first of all, this correction needs to be completed. So now let's zoom in. Take a look at this mess here, and corrective structures are always messy. So I'm tracking here an ABC structure. Now the thing is, we have 3 waves up clearly from the Sunday low into the Sunday high actually. ABC. That's for me a 3-wave move. So in my interpretation, that's an A wave because it did not move up high enough to be all of wave B, okay? In a reliable way. It's possible as an alternative, the top is already in. I say that because there's a lot of weakness here. The move down so far appears in 3 waves, so it could still be the B wave. And I have to say, we are maxing out the micro support area I shared. However, B waves can do that. B waves can overshoot. Again, nothing too likely, nothing that can be predicted, but it's something we always have to consider, because if the A wave is a 3-wave move, then it could mean that this is a flat structure, and in a so-called expanded flat or a running flat, the B wave can overshoot to the downside before the C wave rally starts. This is precisely what makes corrective structures so difficult to navigate, especially if you try to trade the waves. As I always say, don't trade the waves, trade the levels. I mean, here we are in a bullish market. We're currently getting a pullback into the support region. And I think, you know, pullbacks can be opportunities. It's a bullish market. The thing is, until we get, and that's why we track the microstructures, until we get a first 5-wave move up, followed by a 3-wave pullback, there is no reliable low in place in this wave 4 correction. So that's why we are watching the microstructures in order to be able to identify these upside trend changes, these impulses to the upside that could develop from this region at any time. But at the moment, nothing is showing. So the correction is currently expected to go on a little bit longer. And it would either be A, B, C and we go down directly and then would recover ideally from there, or A and this B wave extends a bit and then we come down. Yeah? So A, B, C. Fine. Both possible, both valid, and both likely. But what I would prefer is still a more healthy B wave. And don't get confused, even if we slightly break the previous low maybe, that would still be a possible interpretation. That's possible only in ABC structures. That suggests that this interpretation is, at the moment at least, correct that we're in a correction. It's correct that we're in a correction, because I cannot really clearly label this as a 1-2 setup. Also, then the wave 2 would be too deep to be reliable and can absolutely not break below the previous low. So that's just a little bit of, talk about the relevant levels, parameters. Next micro support is at $3,415, $3,315, and then the 3,210 level. No sign that an overall low is in place. I'm very much watching this area for a short-term bounce for the price to get into standard resistance. At least it would be ideal. That's my update about Ether. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.